I've run the London Marathon a few times, so I thought in this video I'm going to give you 20, yes 20, quick fire tips to make sure you have the best race day experience. Welcome everybody to FORDY Runs. If it's your first time here, my name is Chris Ford and I'm a qualified running coach and athletics coach, and I've run the London Marathon just a few times. And in this video, like I said at the open, I'm going to give you 20, yes 20 quick fire tips for your London Marathon that if you follow just some of them, it will make a huge difference, not only to your race performance, but to your whole race experience. So I absolutely love the London Marathon. It's a real privilege to take to the streets of the capital and work your way through from Greenwich all the way down to Canary Wharf and back to the city. It is an epic experience like really no other. The moment that you go over Tower Bridge and then even into Canary Wharf itself and then back onto the embankment, it's like nothing else, people. It really, really is. And that's why I love it so much. Now, over the years, I've learned a lot from my London Marathon experiences. I've done it in the rain, I've done it in the blistering heat, I've done it in the wind, I've struggled, I've walked. I've done it all, people, at the London Marathon. So that's why I think I'm well qualified to give you these 20 tips. Now, before we get into those 20 tips, I do want you to share this video with someone else that you know is running the London Marathon. And there's also some really important links in the description to some other videos that I've done that I will reference in this video as well. So make sure you check out the description to some of those really important videos that I'll mention in just a minute. Okay, let's crack on. So the first tip is all about race week. You need to plan race week like it was a military operation. You need to think about the day you're going to the expo, the day you're going to get your kit out, how you're going to get to Greenwich Park, all those sort of things. You need to plan all of that out well in advance. So get your race week nice and organised to reduce some of the stress. Okay, our next tip is for the expo. Get there as early as you can in the week. It usually opens on a Wednesday, and if it's your first one, I would say take your time and enjoy it. Get your number, make sure you remember your ID, but take your time and enjoy the expo. Listen to some of the speakers. But maybe if you're lucky enough to do your second one, get your number and get out of there. Okay, tip number 3, and this is one of the ones I've referenced in the description of this video, is what to pack. Now, I've done a few videos that have actually gone viral over the last few years. I want you to check that video out because it's everything to pack in your race day bag. They'll give you at the expo a clear plastic bag, and in that you can put loads of belongings. Now, in that video, I referenced some really important stuff. There's actually one in there that so many people, in fact probably thousands of people, have commented and said to me, Fordy, that is an absolute killer tip to put into my bag. So make sure you check that video out. It's in the description. Now, while you're down in that description, I also want you to check out the link that says 20 Mile Podcast. Now, this is something I recorded last year and everybody loved it. Again, loads of people shared it and I want you to do the same. It's a sort of motivational pickup for mile 20. Now, mile 20 in the London Marathon, you would have come out of Canary Wharf. You'll be heading back towards the city of London. Now, it is a point where some people get consumed by the marathon. So I want you to switch that on, put it on your playlist, switch it on, and it'll give you a little bit of motivation. Like I said, it's linked in the description below and it's totally free. My next one is to sort out some old clothes for race day morning. Now, I've been over to Greenwich and it's been hot, it's been cold, it's been wet, it's been windy, it's been everything. Best tip for that is to get yourself some old clothes, like an old hoodie, old pair of tracksuit bottoms. Get an old pair of shoes. I keep wearing like shoes that I've now taken out to use in the garden because the grass is probably going to be wet. It's that time of year. You're still going to have a bit of dew on the grass, so your feet might get wet. Maybe wear a different pair of socks and change into your socks. There's plenty of places to sort of sit down and get changed. They're the sort of things to think about. So take some old clothes with you. It all goes to charity, but it's a really killer tip. Next up, I want you to get to Greenwich Park nice and early. Don't stress about time. Give yourself all the time in the world to get there, right? Trains will be busy, you know, there's going to be a lot of people around walking up to the parks depending what start you're in. Get into your pen, take loads of time. There's no point rushing on the morning of the London Marathon. Another thing not to get stressed about is getting physically in the pen. They will call you. Again, be aware of what's going on around you. There's a lot of noise and stuff going on around you. So just be aware of when they're calling you for your wave to get into the pen. But allow yourself plenty of time. They're not going to finish the race before you start, okay? So give yourself plenty of time. Again, don't add stress in. It's the same with getting there early, get into your pen or your wave just at the right time. Right, the next one, it's another one to check out in the description, and it is a real killer one, is I think it's like a 30-second or a minute course guide. This is brilliant, and again, this is a video that went viral last year, and I want you to watch it. It's on my Instagram as well, but share it with people. If you know people who are doing the London Marathon, my Instagram is at @FORDY_runs. I want you to share it, people, because it is literally a sort of runner's guide to the London Marathon, and if you can break it down like I've done, it will transform your race. Now in the London Marathon, the first 3 miles you're going to be just with your wave. The waves sort of converge into each other, the different starts, sorry. At mile 3 you'll sort of go down or you'll come along, and then you will get together. The first 3 miles, really important in the London Marathon not to go off too quickly. I wouldn't say it's rolling, but it's probably the most up and down the whole course is, okay? So it's something to be aware of. Settle into your pace once you get out from the start, okay? But use that first 3 miles before you meet everybody to settle into your race, and don't rush. Now the next tip is to really enjoy Cutty Sark and Tower Bridge. Cutty Sark's at 6 miles, Tower Bridge is at about 12, or it's just over 12 actually. You do 12 water station on the left, you go up, you turn right, and then you go over Tower Bridge, and then you turn, and then you go over to halfway. It's really important that you take a moment and sort of celebrate that you're doing the London Marathon at those points. People can just like plough through the London Marathon and sort of miss it all, you know, you've got headphones on, all that sort of stuff. The crowds are so loud at Cutty Sark and at Tower Bridge, it will blow your mind. There are moments that will stay with you forever. So I really want to emphasise in this sort of tip, or whatever you call it, to really enjoy those moments. Now once you've made your way to Canary Wharf, which is about 17 miles, just after that, it's about Mudchute, but yeah, just after that, you'll come into Canary Wharf. There's a FORDY Runs cheer station. Now you don't have to be a club member or community member or anything like that. It'll be on the left hand side just before the bridge, okay? There'll be like a DLR going over it. It's on the left hand side, you see a massive flag. Go in there, tell them that FORDY sent you. They will give you a huge lift at that point. You may be starting to struggle. You may be sort of unsure of what's to come. They're there, they're very loud, they're very loving. Make sure you find them, take a selfie, say hello, say FORDY sent you, whatever you want to do. But honestly, use them at Canary Wharf. They are brilliant. And actually it's a good tip in terms of tips, talking about Canary Wharf. It's the best place, I think, for spectators. My family have grown up, my girls have grown up, and every year that they've come, I've always taken them to Canary Wharf. The reason that is, it's a little bit less crowded, plenty of toilets, plenty of places to eat, stuff to keep them busy. So Canary Wharf, I think, is the best place for spectators. Okay, once you've done Canary Wharf and you've got through 20 miles and all that sort of stuff, I want you to focus on getting to Tower Hill. Tower Hill is basically 5k to go. You'll go down a big hill and it's basically 5k to go, roughly, okay? It's a really good point to focus on. You'll come up, you'll see runners coming over Tower Bridge, but if you focus on getting to Tower Hill at that point, from mile 20, Tower Hill, you've got 5k left, and there's going to be people telling you, I'm just going to pre-warn you, there's going to be people telling you, you've got 1 park run left. Now after Tower Hill, you're going to be making your way down Embankment, and you're going to be coming up to the London Eye, and you're going to see Big Ben. I want you to remember to focus on Big Ben, people. It may seem miles away, but honestly, as you're going down Embankment and you're probably looking down because you're tired, look up and look at Big Ben. When you get to Big Ben, you turn right and you're nearly home. Okay, so we're really close now, and this is a really important one. When you see Buckingham Palace on your left, I want you all to smile. Why is that, FORDY, you might say? Because, people, you're going to be turning right and you're basically done. So when you see Big Ben, when you see Buckingham Palace, make sure you smile. I do it every year and it lifts you. You've got that final stretch. You'll see it on the right hand side, but make sure you smile at Buckingham Palace, and just be thinking about that all the way down Birdcage. So, oh yeah, I'll get to Buckingham Palace and I'm going to smile. Now as you finish, I want you to thank a volunteer. Now that may seem a bit of a funny tip, but they are going to look after you, okay? A lot. The volunteers are amazing. We provide, as FORDY Runs Running Club, the biggest club in the country, we provide volunteers to the London Marathon. And I want you to thank them. I want you to remember to thank them, because they're going to look after you. It's a really important, it's not even a tip, it's sort of it's a mandatory thing to do, people. Make sure you thank the volunteers. They're unbelievable. Well, they're unbelievable all the way through the course, but at the finish line, they really are. Well, they're majestic. Now we've got 3 more to go. I want you to take your time. People, you'll get your bag, they'll see you before you see them. They'll give you your bag, but take your time. Yeah, you've just finished a marathon. You're walking down the mall, Take your time. Second to last one is I want you to meet your families at sort of X or Y or Z. It's very unusual for sort of surnames to be with them letters. They're a little bit less busy. You'll see the letters sort of staggered out down the mail where to meet people. So if you want somebody to come over to meet you, tell them to meet you at X, Y or Z. And the last tip is once you've finished, once you've got home, once you've had something to eat, once you're showered, once you're laying on the sofa, I want you all to sign up for another marathon. Okay guys, that's it from me. Good luck in the London Marathon. Don't forget to share this video with someone who's running the London Marathon. Don't forget to check out the description and those links I put in there and share them with people. Go over to my Instagram. You'll see the course one on there and get that podcast as well. Honestly, the London Marathon is so special, people. It really, really is. And it's going to blow your mind, okay? It's genuinely going to blow your mind. So good luck, enjoy it. If I see you on the start line or I see you on course, come and say hi. Well, actually don't, because I'll probably be in a bit of a world of pain. But anyway, you know what I mean. Good luck, and I'll catch you all later.